get some water? Oh. That's a great way to start a broadcast. Get some water, cut your hand a little bit. That's always fun. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Test talking. I'm talking about the Leafs. I'm talking about the Raptors. It's going to be a rather interesting stream. I'm both disappointed but also excited, but mostly disappointed and mostly disappointed. So okay, test talking. I'm talking about the Leafs. I'm talking about the Raptors. It's going to be a rather interesting stream. I'm both disappointed but also excited, but okay. Mostly disappointed and mostly disappointed. So audio's good. I'm ready to go. Ready as I'll ever be, I guess. Okay. Hello and welcome to the CollingsThodeNetwork. This is Curtis, of course, and we're going to be talking about the Leafs, we're going to be talking about the Raptors, and we're going to be talking about the troubles in Toronto. So we're going to start off with a little bit of Leafs chat. We're going to start off with that team there, and then we'll get into the Raptors. Raptors are a little bit more optimistic, just a bit. Not that much more, but a little bit more optimistic. I mean, we're in the playoffs, and that's something the Leafs can't say. Now, I will say, my hopes have completely shifted for the Leafs. I don't want to win ever again. Let's just lose every game for the rest of the season, and then whatever happens next year happens. But maybe ever again was the wrong choice of words, but I don't want to. I want a top 5 pick. I want our own pick, and there's a genuine chance that the Leafs do slip. There is a real genuine chance here because the Toronto Maple Leafs are currently sitting at 70 points. Now, the teams below us in the East are the Panthers, the Devils, also, and then the New York Rangers, which I just feel bad for them. In the West, wow, there's a lot of teams worse than us. The Predators, the Jets, the Blues, the Blackhawks, the Kings, the Flames, and that face that I just made was because this is the first time I've looked at just how bad the Vancouver Canucks are. I can't believe they're at 48 points. The next worst is 59. And then the next worst after that, 61. How do you only have 48 points? They have 20 wins and 8 overtime losses in 66 games. I mean, it could always be worse, I guess. If that don't make you smile as a Leaf fan, I don't know what will, because, yeah, that makes me feel a whole lot better about our situation, because holy moly, 48. I cannot get that number out of my head. That is yikes. So it could be worse, but it could be a lot better for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, that's what I'm talking about. What I'm worried about right now. We're not bad enough now. We're not good enough to make the playoffs, but we're not bad enough to get our own pick back. We're not bad enough to get a top 5 pick this year. We're just in no man's land, and it is the worst. Just the worst. Now, I do think we could be worse than the Panthers. I do think we could be worse than the Devils and the Rangers. I think we could genuinely become the worst team in the East. That West, the Blackhawks, the Flames, the Canucks, maybe even the Blues. We might not pass these teams, which is just, I cannot believe that. I still cannot believe how bad the Vancouver Canucks are this year. So that's a look at the standings. Now, for the Leafs in our last stretch, I mean, we're on a point streak right now. 3 games in a row by getting a point as we beat the Ducks after Matthews got hurt. We beat the Minnesota Wild last night. Last night, as it is Stone Cold Day, 3/16. We beat the Minnesota Wild on the 15th, Pi Day, 3.15. And then Buffalo, we lost in the shootout after watching one of the most boring 3-on-3 overtimes I've ever had the joy of watching. It is just the worst right now. There needs to be sweeping rule changes. This cannot keep going as it is. It is just not fun to watch anymore. As we're popping in the chat here, looking at what Dave Collings is saying, I will not watch 1 minute of Leafs hockey next season if Morgan Riley and William Nylander are on this team. And for context, for what he's talking about, our leaders of this team, other than Austin Matthews, are Morgan Riley and William Nylander. Other than guys like maybe John Tavares is the only other guy I'd really put in that camp. After Radko Guda's heat-seeking missile launched his knee into Matthews' knee to injure him and put him out for the rest of the season, Nylander, who was in the corner watching it, proceeds to do nothing. Morgan Riley, who's on the blue line watching it, proceeds to do nothing. After the game, they both went in the press and said, "Oh, I didn't see it happen." Morgan Riley said he turned up ice already and was playing defense. And then Riley, or Nylander, I don't even remember what his excuse was because it was just completely null and void. I mean, just no ownership, no protecting of their captain. No one on this team stepped up. I mean, the third period saw fights and hits and actually inspired hockey, but it was a little late, I guess. It's all about timing at the end of the day when your captain goes down, and the Leafs did not have that timing. And now we have a couple games left, not many. The Islanders, the Hurricanes, and then the last stretch of games with the Sounders, Bruins, Rangers, Blues, Ducks. Oh, there's some big games here that we have to lose, specifically against the Blues, specifically against the Rangers, as well as a matchup against the Florida Panthers late in the season. We have to lose these games. And no, I did not think going into the season I was going to be cheering for Leaf losses, but here we are now. I love being a Leaf fan. There's really no one even on this team I want to shout out. There's really nothing else I really even want to talk about. It's just been sad. It's just been embarrassing. What a lost season. And I guess before we stop talking about hockey, you guys got to help me pick my new team, my new hockey team that I'm going to be cheering for in the upcoming playoffs. Now, Buffalo maybe, just, it's Buffalo. That's going to be fun. I can't cheer for Tampa. I can't cheer for Montreal, obviously. I can't cheer for Boston, obviously. And I can't cheer for Detroit. In the Metro, there's the Hurricanes, the Penguins, and the Islanders. The Islanders excite me, but their fans have decided that John Tavares is a terrorist. And so I don't really like supporting them very much. We got the Penguins, which will be fun. Old Man Crosby, I saw him live earlier this year. I mean, that'll be fun. And then the Hurricanes, who are going to lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, so it's not worth it to be a fan of them. Then in the Western Conference, the Avs, the Stars, and the Wild are all just, I don't know. I can't hitch my wagon to them. Shout out my cousin Evan for being a Stars fan. Picked a good time. And then the Pacific, the Ducks, I'm good. You have Radko Gudas on your team. The Golden Knights, come on now. And then the Oilers, if they're able to maintain that spot, yeah, I would cheer for the Oilers, I guess. It's just West Coast, and I'm a sleepy old man. I like going to bed early. So, yeah, it might be Utah. Those 10 p.m. games might be killer, but I love their jerseys. I love the team that they got going on. I always had a soft spot for the Coyotes, and, well, that didn't make me hate Utah. So it might just be Utah. It might just be Buffalo. We're going to have to really decide that once the playoffs come around, though, because it won't be my Leafs. And, well, at least we still got the Raptors, We still got the Raptors to cheer for once playoff season comes around. It's not all bad. It's not even that bad lately. It's been great. 2-game winning stretch. We beat Phoenix. It was a quality team out west. If I'm not mistaken, they are... Oh, let's see here if I can read. 39-28. Very good record. Better than our 38-29, and yet we still beat them. They are in the play-in in the West. I'm happy every day we're not a Western Conference team. And then we beat the Pistons in a fantastic win. A really good game. A shockingly good game. 119-108. Shout out Jakob Poeltl. Yep. From me. Shout out Jakob Poeltl. A guy that I have hated on. I've trashed. I've said he's no good. I said he's not good for this team. And yet, since he's come back, we've not been bad. Now, of course, there was a really rough stretch there when we lost to Houston and we lost to New Orleans back-to-back days, and they were bad losses both, and he played in both. But in the games in the game where we blew out Dallas, he played in that one, if I'm not mistaken. He had a pretty good game here where are we? Yeah, he had 16 and 10 in a return, not a return, but in a great game, and then 20 points, 18 rebounds against the Detroit Pistons. What a game. He also had 5 assists to go with it. I mean, what a game. If he could do that, 18 rebounds is not going to be super consistent. But if our offense can benefit from a guy like that, dishing 5 assists, scoring 20, sky's the limit. It's what we've needed. We needed half-court offense, and having a consistent inside presence will help. It's not going to fix it. It's not going to fix the perimeter issue shooting this team has sometimes. It's not going to fix the lack of scoring in the half court most of the time, but it's going to help. It is really going to help. Like we beat the Pistons type of help. Like, it's reason to be optimistic, even though, especially here on this channel, I've not been the biggest fan. As we see in the chat here, hopefully the Raps stay out of the play-in game for the playoffs. Don't like their chances in a winner-take-all game, and I don't blame you for that in the chat there. We are currently sitting at the 6th seed, although the Heat are hot on our heels. They're at 38 and 30. We're at 38 and 29. So any games against the Heat are going to be must-watch TV. 2 words for you. And looking at the last games of the season, we faced them twice. April 7th, April 9th, a back-to-back. And those are going to be 2 of the biggest games of the season. As when you look at the standings, you got the Heat in the 7th seed. You got the Sixers at 37 and 31. So also very close. A game and a half back of us right now for that 6th seed. And then the Hawks and the Hornets, which Hornets have me a bit worried. The Hawks have won 9 in a row, and yet I'm still not worried about them. So that's what the plan's looking like right now. Really, the Heat and the Sixers are the only team that scare me. And out of those teams, really the Heat are the only team that scare me. If anything, the Hornets are definitely the second scariest team in that list. But it is going to be an insanely exciting stretch down the barrel, whatever word you want to use, as we need everyone to step up big. Emmanuel quickly shot 1 for 12 in that game against the Pistons, and we still won. If he could shoot well and the rest of the guys do what they did, we shouldn't lose many games. Obviously, that's never going to happen. We're not going to have stretches of games like we're getting from Brandon Ingram right now against the Pistons. Brandon Ingram had, 34 points. Against the Suns, Brandon Ingram had 36 points. It's been a ton of fun to watch a guy average 35 points per game over the last 2 games, but it's obviously not going to be super consistent with that. We also have a guy like Scotty Barnes, who I love. I will heap praise on him all day, but this is not necessarily been a great stretch for Scotty Barnes. The shooting has just been abysmal. He's been struggling to make shots just from everywhere, it looks like. But he's still playing valuable basketball. He's still a contributor for this team every single day. That last game against the Pistons, he had 14 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. While he only shot 5 of 11, didn't make any threes, it was still a very good game. Same with the game against Phoenix, where he had 14, 6, and 4. Not a great stat line, especially for Scotty Barnes. He shot 6 of 12. That's 50% for a big man. Not necessarily great. But in those 2 games, he had 3 blocks and 2 blocks. He had 1 steal in each. He has been valuable. Now, the game before that, against the Pelicans, one of the most sad losses of the season for this team, he had 9 points on 4 of 14 shooting. Also not good. Before then, 50%. Before then, 50%. You just expect more. Out of a guy that's averaging 18.7, a guy that was averaging 20 points per game earlier this season, you expect a little bit more. Now, you can see a bit of a drop with the return of RJ Barrett since his injury. He's not been bad, especially in these last few games. 27 points last night in a huge win. He had 22 in the huge win over Phoenix. And then the games before then, 31 in that blowout win over Dallas, and then 25 and 16 in the 2 losses we had in that stretch. He's playing good basketball. He's making shots, 68%, 55, 38 in a bad loss, but then 56 and 64% shooting. This guy's got it. He's got the heat. He's got the rhythm right now. It is fun to watch, and it's a guy who definitely gets a little overhated, but when we win, it's very easy to like him. So shout out to RJ Barrett for that. It's been a great stretch of games for him now. For these next few games, we got Chicago on the 18th, so 2 nights from now. If we don't win that, this season is the most confusing thing of all time to me. All time. And then after that, we got the hard matchups. We got the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns on the road for both. Keep in mind, rewind. We are on a 5-game road trip for our next 5. Bulls, Nuggets, Suns, Jazz, Clippers. Some of those games are going to suck, such as the Nuggets and the Suns games. The Jazz and the Bulls should be easy wins, and then we'll see what the road trip is for the Clipper game. I assume it's going to be a loss, but if we're anything worse than 2-3 in this next stretch, that's a disappointment to me. Then to round out the seasons, you have the Pelicans. We should be beating this team. So we'll see what we do in our second matchup in the month. And then we have the Magic, the Pistons, 2 huge games against Eastern Conference teams. Then some easier games, the Kings, the Grizzlies. You got to hope to beat both of them, both Western teams. And then it gets really tough to end the year. Boston, Miami, New York Knicks. Yikes. We do end the season against Brooklyn, so maybe that'll be a little morale booster for the team. But I can't sit here and tell y'all that I'm going to be super confident about this team. I can't sit here and say that this team is for sure earns this 6th seed. I can't. I'm genuinely like, I don't know. We got to play really good basketball. And this team's been so inconsistent. So I got to make a decision here. And I'm making it now. Screw it. We're 100% invested in these Raptors. We're 100% invested in being a top 6 seed. This is going to be the team that isn't a play-in team. This is going to be the team that actually makes me happy, proud to be a Raptor fan. Looking at the NBA standings, when the playoff comes around, yeah, maybe we could forget about that because I really think no matter who we match up against, we're going to get mollywopped here. As right now, we're going to be facing the Knicks in the first round. Knicks in 5. If we were to jump up, we'd be facing the Cavaliers in the first round. Cavs in 6, Cavs in 7. But that's not the point. The point is last year we were an abysmal team. This year we're really fun. So let's hope for more games like that Pistons game. Let's hope for more games like that game against the Suns. And more games against the teams like the Mavericks. And we'll just hope and pray. 5-game road trip coming up. Let's try to win 3. How about that? So that's going to be all for me today here on the CollingsThodeNetwork. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit like on the stream, hit like on the video, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of my live streams, any of the YouTube videos as they come out. And as always, thank you everyone for tuning in.